So, welcome. This is Finding Rest with Audia Delican. So, if you're joining on YouTube, definitely share and like this video. And also, if you're listening on the podcast, welcome. So, quick topic today, but I think it's very important. So, we are in a challenge. This is the best way to say it, where in the last year we have had a crazy year with people staying at home, with people getting sick with COVID, people getting sick in general, people losing their lives, us being in a transition of working from home, or you're a stay at home mom now doing homeschooling, and things are semi getting back together in some countries. In other countries, they're going backwards. So I felt that talking about the pandemic, I know it's something that's hard to talk about because each person has their own thoughts on what they think about this pandemic, and I just feel that there are a few things that is so important to make sure that we're doing throughout this time where it's been a challenge in all areas of our lives. So, if you haven't listened to my previous podcast on self care with my guest, um, Miss Natasha Jones, definitely check it out because it was actually a really good podcast. I listened to it again and there was some good nuggets from it. So, check it. It's back in April. A good podcast to listen to for self care. You can listen to it while you're walking, while you're exercising. It gives you a good feel on how we need to continue finding rest each and every day. So, welcome once again. So, I wanted to quickly say that there's been a lot going on in the last few weeks. To be honest with you, I know that a few of my friends and my close acquaintances have lost family members, loved ones, and I just want to say my deepest condolences to everyone who has lost someone in the last few months. I mean, even in the last year, I've lost a few friends. But I wanted to just kind of pull back a little bit with our reins on us finding that place of rest because it is so important, especially now that we are trying to transition to the next phase, which we don't even know when it's going to be the next phase, to be honest with you, on life in general. And for us that are still here, we need to be able to learn how to cope and find a balance each and every day. So, what have I learned personally in through this pandemic in the last year and a half? To be honest, I had my kids home, so as a parent, it was a challenge, but I think it helped my kids because they're a little bit older to find ways to find balance. Because now they're back in school and they're loving it, and they know and are grateful for what they have. Also, with finding ways to stay healthy, also to find ways for my kids to stay healthy, and also making sure that we're eating well. So, what are some things that you do on a daily basis that you have actually changed? Because think about it. When it was really bad with the pandemic, we had everything shut down. So now those who have never cooked in their life now have to figure out what to do. Most business owners had to now figure out how to still sell their stuff online and through word of mouth without being open physically. Also, people finally realized that eating healthier at home has helped them to keep most of the weight off. I know we've had a few people with COVID weight, and I think that was just due to stress. So, coping mechanism of stress is usually trying to ease the pain, and for some people, pretty much it was eating, and some people gain weight. But now, I think a lot of people are now realizing that we need to find a way to stay balanced no matter the situation. So, are you prepared? After this past year, what have you done that you're going to continue to do and not change? I have learned that being consistent is really important. I have learned that I can only do things that work for me and not be challenged by what other people are doing that's working for them, because sometimes it may not work for me because of my time. I'm a pretty busy person, have a lot to do throughout the week, so there are some things that I may do a little bit differently because it works for me. So for example, and I always talk about this, so it's nothing new, I love to do my miracle mornings in the morning. So I make sure I exercise, I do a devotion, I read something or listen to something, I meditate and do some type of stretch or yoga, and also make sure that I am starting my day with me first. Because if I'm not starting my day with me first, then I usually see challenges throughout the day, whereas I'm not able to decompress well because I haven't started my day well. And that happens once in a while, but I've been really good with it this last year on making sure that I'm being consistent. Being consistent does require me to wake up earlier. So if you are challenged on time, you need to find a way to start your day a little bit earlier and work it in and not make an excuse. It takes time to get used to, and my body's used to waking up early now, so it's not a challenge for me anymore. It may catch up with me later on the day because by the time the day's over, I'm ready to go to bed, which is a good thing because we're supposed to sleep at the right time. So make sure you have a good sleep schedule. Are you going to bed at 1 a.m. in the morning? If you are, it's not going to work for you to be able to pretty much get your goals met. So what can you do to help you to reach that goal you want to meet? Also, people have actually gone back to school. One thing that I'm an advocate for is learning to train yourself, learn to increase your knowledge. It can be anything that you want to work out for you. And I was able to get through my schooling through the pandemic. So that's one thing that I have learned, that nothing's impossible. You can actually get stuff done if you choose to. So if you are at that wall where you're trying to figure out what path am I supposed to be going, then you need to challenge yourself. Either you need to go back to school, or you need to learn something, you need to take a course, you need to increase your knowledge, and you need time to do that. So what are you doing that is not worthy of your time that you can get rid of? And most of the time it's little things that we don't realize, like social media, like playing video games too much. If you're someone who loves playing video games and that's your passion, go ahead and do that. But for those who aren't really using it that is productive in their life, and you have things that you need to meet, like take care of your family, pay some bills, and you're not really challenging yourself, then it's up to you to make sure you're getting what you need done. Then also, I have learned that I love my home. So how are you taking care of your home? Because our home is where we stay and where we've been stuck in most of the time this last year. So I have learned that I can take care of my place and love it and be thankful that I have it, which I'm so grateful for. So are you taking care of what you've been blessed with? It may be small, but make sure that you keep your home up nice and clean. For me personally, I try to make sure at least once a week do a detailed cleaning. But during the week, I pick up here and there, make it look presentable. So since I am at home most of the time, I make sure my home is comfortable and clean and smells good. So what have you learned with your home? Is it something that is still cluttered? Are you in a cluttered place? Declutter yourself. I was part of a challenge called Declutter Your Life, and it taught me that I can find a balance daily or weekly to get rid of stuff that I don't need. So what do you need to get rid of in your life? That baggage, and in my book I do talk about getting rid of your baggage. So as I look nice and clean, I make sure I dust, I make sure I vacuum, I make sure I clean the areas that we touch often, because a healthy home consists of you taking care of it. Then also taking care of yourself. So making sure that you're eating the right foods, making sure that you are taking vitamins if you need to take it, taking medications if you need to take it, doing good exercise. This last year has taught me that if I want to love myself once again, I need to take care of what I have, take care of myself, my own temple, my own body, because it's so important. And it's important for my family as well, because if I'm not here, who's going to take care of pretty much my kids or my family, because I need to take care of myself. So definitely, that's all I have pretty much for today. I just wanted to just quickly talk about that, because sometimes we forget what we've learned and we just let go of it. So challenge yourself today. Challenge yourself on what you want to get done. And definitely like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. And let me know what you've been doing this last year. What have you learned throughout this pandemic? So thank you so much for listening, and we'll talk again soon. Have a good one.